Alright, it's December 5th, 2011. It's about 10:30 in the morning here in California, and I'm taping another show. I think I've said it in probably dozens of my other videos. There's been more than 80 videos. I should have been able to get most of my messages across by now, but you know, nobody cares. Like I said before, you care about seeing naked women on YouTube or porn on YouTube, or you know, they're going to cut all that stuff out. I don't understand why you people, you know, you want to go see porn, go to a porn shop, go to this, go to that. You want to go see naked women, go to the beach, look at them all sitting in bikinis, you know. I mean, what's the purpose of all this? YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You know, I'm going to talk about the media. You know, as a presidential candidate, you know, I'm asking the people to overthrow the United States. You know, screw this. You know, this is like ridiculous. The whole thing is just like what's his name said. The guy who flew into the Austin, Texas building, Joe Stack. He said, 5-page letter, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, thinking you'll get different results. Insanity is electing presidents and congressional representatives and state representatives and county and city representatives over and over again, thinking you'll get better results or different results. You aren't going to get that until you put truly intelligent people in office. You know, I don't even... It boggles my mind why anyone, and it really shouldn't boggle my mind, because me claiming to be reality's supreme being must mean that I understand it all, or most all of it. And maybe I do. But the only reason I do these tapes is hoping that maybe I'll see 10 million views one day. That would scare the hell out of the government. If you could get people to actually look at my videos, all of them, then maybe you'll get some kind of education about it. The only people that won't learn anything are the rich people, the people who've already made their nest eggs, the middle class people who really aren't worried about it. You know, they've got their little ducks in a row, and if anything really severe happens, they've got a way to recover. And most of them have insurance, so they fall back on the insurance companies. But, you know, this is about all of you on a planet that, you know, you should all actually be forced to take astronomy courses, because you have to understand that out of 9 planets, Pluto not really being one of them, Pluto's considered king of the comets now, but out of all of those planets, including Pluto, what I call de facto planet, we now know more than we knew 500 years ago. We knew what temperatures are going on there. We knew what pressures. We saw Shoemaker-Levy 9 slam itself, its pieces, into the Jupiter atmosphere. We saw a huge 500-mile earthquake take place on the planet Mars a few years ago. We saw what they call a gamma ray burst across in another galaxy, probably, because if it had taken place in our own galaxy, we'd all be dead from radiation poisoning. At least the planet that faces the gamma ray burst. We'd all be dead. We'd all die of radiation poisoning. Now, you know, think about this, people of the alleged United States, because you're not legitimate states. And I've mentioned that in one of my other videos. We all have knowledge now that you can't live on the moon. Oh, we've been there, but we had to have a special suit with air conditioning and this and that, and what, you know, all that technology we had to carry with us, all that junk, just so that we won't die. We can actually go there. So we can't live on the moon unless you live in an enclosed, airtight atmosphere that generates its own oxygen and so on and so forth. If there's water, obviously you can generate oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere. But you'll still need huge numbers of supplies, and you'll have to make hundreds of rocket blasts off the planet continuously just to supply the moon with some small force of people that you would have living there. And then there's Mars, which is like 8 months away. Who's going to sleep on a rocket ship for 8 months? You'd have to practically take the moon, put a rocket, strap a rocket to it, and send it towards Mars so you'd have a more larger, stable database to live on. Now, with all of this knowledge about the other planets and their moons, we as life as we know it, our mammal life, our Homo sapien life, cannot exist other than on planet Earth. So this is like a prison. The atmosphere protects us. Our magnetic iron core protects us from the solar winds. Venus is the way it is because it doesn't have a magnetic core. So with all this that I'm explaining, what I'm trying to get at is that you people are the ones that are unequally educated. So long as you continue to have an unequally educated planet, you're going to continue having problems. You went off on the wrong direction when you allowed cities to blow up to the sizes that they want. On the news, these crappy news, they talk about families writing in. This was about a year ago. Oh, we want to let you know how we've downsized our life. We've gotten rid of stuff. And all these people are writing in how they've downsized their life. Well, hey, you're doing it in the wrong place. Don't downsize your lives. That's ridiculous. Downsize the cities. The cities are where your biggest problems are. The cities are what makes extra taxes and makes people live under tremendous amounts of stress. You're the ones that are the idiots. Remember yesterday in my video yesterday, I said you got too many cooks in the kitchen. So when are you going to change it? Never. Certainly not in my lifetime. Because of the way it is the main definite reason, absolute reason, why my life was destroyed over the last 20 years and my older twin's life was destroyed over more than 30 years. Let me get on presidential campaigning or any well-known artist or person public image. I mean, if I became hounded by the paparazzi and they followed me everywhere, and I became hounded by people, and I became hounded, and all of a sudden I'd probably go home and say, God, I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish I hadn't attracted that much attention. Look at my life now. I can't even go out without wearing some kind of disguise or a mask practically so that people won't recognize me, so I won't be totally mobbed. But you know, that's not why I would want attention. I would want attention because I clearly am one of the only people on this planet who can fix these problems. Remember what I said in one of my other videos? That only a person who has suffered and been through and antagonized and harassed and been damaged the way I've been, only an abused person like me would have the first line of qualifications that would make me not only eligible to be president, but eligible to be dictator, master of the damn planet, if not the United States. Because you people are going to destroy this planet just by the mere fact that you acknowledge that you cannot live on any of the other planets. It's just a matter of time before this planet will lose its atmosphere and you're all going to kiss your behinds goodbye. And instead of putting your guns away, instead of putting your rockets and your wars and all your crap away and getting intelligent leadership before it's too late, you still got the media. You know, if the media took all of my videos, I guarantee you they plot things out. This is how they control you, the public. And you can see it because I'm about to remind you of how much they do this to all kinds of people. First, they'll print all these godly things about you. Oh, and this person's so great, and this lady does this, and then after you become with a big image, they're constantly digging in the background to find something bad about you or something that might, embarrass you. And then they throw that into the mix. I mean, Lyndon Johnson, he used to say that. He used to say, I was good to them, and I invited it up to the White House for dinner, and then they give it to me. And And it goes without saying that the media can't be trusted. And you shouldn't believe the media anyway, except for maybe the weather. Because everything they say is skewed. It's just like the government. Everything they say is skewed. Hey, birds of a feather flock together. They're all in it together. Even when they're fighting each other, it's like good cop, bad cop. I swear to you, that's what they're doing. They're pulling the wool over your eyes. And they've been doing it for decades. And you people swallow it, hook, line, and sinker, and you're creating generation after generation that does the same thing. When you're young and you get into college and you get into the rebellious stage and you protest like the 99%ers, it's all garbage. In the hippie era, free love, flowers, this and that, then they all grew up and became yuppies. And then they grew older and became part of the system. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? It goes back to Joe Stack. You're doing the same thing over and over again, generation after generation, and all that does is a practice in insanity. Hey, look what you did to me. You took my cars, my boats, my motorhomes, my trailers. You took my dreams, my hopes, my goals. You took, it's not like there are a lot of people I see, homeless and otherwise, sit in places and they say, oh, wow, if I had this, I'd do this and I'd do that. I hear a lot of people talking out of their behind. It's nothing but gas coming out of their behind. And they never get up off their behind and do anything about it. I worked my behind off for 25 years. The boats, the cars, the motorhomes, all of the stuff that I had. Attacked. Everywhere, thinking, oh, this guy's a hoarder. He's a junk guy. He's this. I was going to build a museum in Colorado showing all the procedures, all the steps of inventions throughout all of history. And the city of Los Angeles and the county destroyed my life. They never once walked up to me and said, Caesar, what are you trying to do? Why do you collect all this stuff? Well, as a sideline, I did movie props with some of it. But most of it, including old computers, old devices, all kinds of stuff that I owned. I was the owner of all of these things. And they were all going to go in different cubicles. The 1910 room, the 1920s room, the 1930s room, the 1940s room, all the way up to today's date. And this was going to be a hands-on museum where kids could actually put an 8-inch floppy drive into a computer and actually see it work. And not worry about something going to get broken. Because I had so many extras of all that stuff, I'd have it sitting in a warehouse next door, and I'd be able to replace it right away. And we wouldn't have to yell at the kid or get upset at the kid or go to an insurance company to recover something that can't be recovered. You people destroyed my life. You didn't just destroy my life. You destroyed young people's who haven't even been born yet. You have destroyed their lives too. So it goes without saying that I call all American citizens guilty of murder. You pay taxes, you support the wars, you kill innocent men, women, and children, pregnant women in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Panama, in Vietnam. Do you expect me to really love a country that keeps me prisoner here? I'm going to be yelling like a stuck pig for the rest of my life. What's left of it, what you people haven't completely destroyed yet, I got 2 storage places I have to move out of. They're going to get overlocked in 5 days if I don't find a truck. Oh, by the way, the city of Los Angeles took all my trucks away. I can't find anybody to loan me a truck. Just so I can kill myself moving all this stuff from place to place. And your city, you, Mr. Vigorosa, Mr. Jerkoff, who runs building and safety, Mr. Jerkoff, who runs the fire department, Mr. Jerkoffs, Mr. and Mrs. Jerkoffs, who run the police department, you're the ones that did it to me. You're the main culprits. You and the nosy neighbors that wouldn't damn well mind your own business. But that's not all you destroyed. You didn't just destroy my museum. You destroyed my churches. And I'm an atheist, but you destroyed my churches. You destroyed all of my plans. And mind you, I had 40 acres. Not once, twice. And you people knocked me down. You should be very careful when you go after somebody over menial violations before you take steps in the way you took to destroy my life.